Hey everyone, Sky here to discuss Big Daddy, starring Adam Sandler, Joy Lauren Adams, Jon Stewart, Rob Schneider, Colin Dillon Sprouse, and Leslie Mann, and directed by Dennis Dugan. Now, this is a movie I've seen many times in my life because I'm gonna be honest with you. Well, let's see if this still remains, but it's actually one of my guilty pleasures. We'll see if that remains true by the end of the show. Let's get into the movie. 32-year-old slacker Sonny Koufax, played by Adam Sandler, talks to his father on the phone, and his girlfriend Vanessa is mean to him as she goes to her mother's in Syracuse, which is in New York, by the way, folks, and thinks about their future and until Wednesday. And on that night, his roommate Kevin Garrity's girlfriend Karen, played by Leslie Mann, throws a surprise party because Kevin, played by Jon Stewart, goes to China for a business trip, and her sister Layla, played by Joy Lauren Adams, comforts Karen. And the next scene, Kevin proposes to Karen, and I love that as an opening when the party wasted a good surprise on Sonny. That was pretty damn funny, and the way she said it, I really like these. I thought it was funny, and I really like these characters because they're really funny and they don't know how funny they are. Sonny has a note for Kevin about a little boy named Julian, played by Colin Dillon Sprouse, who's actually his son, and Sonny takes care of him for the day with tripping rollerbladers, which makes me laugh tons, and takes Julian to a bar table and have a root beer and Sonny for Monday Night Football. And Sonny has fun with the kid and decides to keep him by pretending to be Kevin for the social services led by Arthur Brooks. And we lead to the next day with Julian wetting the bed, and the two kids playing Julian were perfect casting choices. And I do like the Scuba Steve toy, and Chandler and the two Sprouse brothers act very well with each other. I do love when Julian slips out, drops the milk, and is sad about it, and Sonny covers it up with the newspaper, and he steps on Scuba Steve and says, "Scuba Steve, damn you!" It cracks me up. So did peeing in the building, which is something you should never really do in a building, folks, and cusses up the McDonald's employee who begs for the Happy Meal because they missed out on breakfast, of course. And Julian still cries until Sonny runs into a car and to hurt himself, which I must confess, I tried to admittedly do that with my mother, which makes me laugh so damn hard, but I never can succeed at very well. While Sonny is watching a hockey game, Julian demands Sonny to turn on the Kangaroo Song video, and he vomits while being hopped out, and Sonny takes him to Vanessa while he gives Julian some sunglasses as they see Vanessa is caught cheating on Sonny with Sid, who's got old balls, forgive me for saying that, and takes an unannounced visit to Arthur Brooks from the social services and realizes he can probably take care of Julian, and the lies are kind of getting on my nerves. Sonny tells Julian to pick his own name, and he picks Frankenstein. Remember that monster? And they have the best time together, and this is a feel-good movie with heart. Julian gets 30 packets of ketchup and wants to go to school, which will happen on a Monday. I think it was Sunday or Saturday or something like that when he said it. And Julian begs Layla to help him find his father figure. I'll say. And Sonny and Layla start seeing each other, which they have a good chemistry. And they tell Julian a story about a rabbit and a squirrel meeting for the first time and getting a squirrel kiss, which was very sweet. Julian goes to his first day of school and making friends, and Sonny gets a message from Arthur Brooks about foster parents for Julian and is reluctant about calling him back. Sonny and Julian are at the grocery store and bump then to Corinne, and next thing you know, Sonny and Layla are on an Italian restaurant date while Sonny's friends watch Julian while playing a game called I Win, which is making me laugh, as Arthur from the social services comes by to find Kevin. And I really enjoy the romance between Sonny and Layla, and Sonny changes Julian after getting in trouble with his school and being the smelliest kid in class, and prepares for a school play where he plays Benjamin Franklin. and it's really good and funny scenes in a heartwarming kind of way. Arthur from Social Services takes Julian knowing Sonny's real identity and wants to fight them with the lawyer, which happens to be Layla or his friends as well. And Sonny is depressed about it and on a Tuesday they get to the court scene and everybody tells the truth of how good to the kid Sonny really is. And believe me, he was. Then Kevin comes in to help Sonny out, and Layla interviews Julian at court, and Sonny calls out his father and interviews Sonny, and they realize Sonny is a good father, and everybody in the courtroom calls their father saying, "I love you, Dad," which is sweet, don't get me wrong. And Sonny is almost thrown in jail, and Kevin refuses to press charges, and the story of how he got Julian in the first place. And Sonny is free and leaves Julian to Kevin. And I love that they solved the problem as the climax because it was very sweet. Now it's time for the rating. I'll give this movie a 8.1 out of 10. This is the best Adam Sandler comedy as it's smart, sweet, really funny with a lot of heart. This is not counting Punch Drunk Love, Hotel Transylvania, and Uncut Gems as his best performances in comedies or other movies in general. And I'm glad to be ending his filmography on this high of a note. No, I'm not doing Mr. Deeds or The Longest Yard or anything like that. But this is a guilty pleasure to watch. And I must clarify, I'm only doing his stuff from the 90s. Like from Billy Madison to here. I'm just going to say that right now. The other actors do good comedy here too, as well as the Sprouse brothers as Julian. So I'd like to thank you guys for joining me for the Adam Sandler retrospective from the 90s. And until next time, zippity-doo!